This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Monday, the 8th day of May in the year 2023. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. Longtime educator and popular theatre personality Kerwin Mars, also known as Sir Mars, was killed on Sunday night outside an apartment building in Perseverance on the east bank of Demerara. He was mowed down by someone who was behind the wheels of his car. Police investigators are still working to piece together all the details of the crime and are said to be examining surveillance video from the area. Investigators are treating the incident as a murder. A police report stated that in addition to being pinned by the vehicle, the body of the deputy high school principal bore a number of stab wounds and 2 knives were discovered at the scene. According to reports, Mars and the suspect got into a confrontation in his car that appeared to have been parked on a bridge in front of the apartment. The police report said from all appearances that confrontation became violent and Mars and the other man stabbed each other repeatedly. It is suspected that in an effort to escape, Sir Mars jumped out of the passenger side of the car in a bloodied state and was making his way around the car from the back when the other man who was still in the car reversed suddenly, pitting him onto the car and into a nearby fence. An eyewitness who heard the commotion and witnessed the incident said when Mars came out of the car, he was bleeding across his face and the upper parts of his body.
After he be an entry car and stand up, the man come out the vehicle, and the man in trying to tell you come in the vehicle, but Mars had a knife in his hand, but when Mars come out the vehicle, Mars came and done full of blood. So after he go in the car, right, they start fight behind Andre car. So when the fighting start, and I show up my face looking at them fighting, right, he lose Mars and go back in the vehicle. When he go back in the vehicle, the vehicle stop in front of the yard. Mars done left shaking, wobbly. He reversed the vehicle upon Mars with 1 speed. Lash Andre car and ram Mars straight over the gutter into the fence. So Mars at right now, his foot got broke up, his chest, everything broke up. Then all the post where the light upon, we got a little step thing for step with 1 row block at the bottom and another half block at the top. With the tile, lashed Mars' body into it. But the fighting had to start somewhere before the fight meet because when Mars came out, his whole body had blood.
After the popular teacher was mowed down, the suspect who was injured ran from the scene. Another car was observed at the scene blocking the vehicle that belonged to Sir Mars. The suspect was described as a tall and slender young man. Mars had reportedly confided in friends that he was dating someone who had jokingly threatened to stab him on a number of occasions while accusing him of infidelity. The bloodied body of the teacher was left at the scene for over an hour as crime scene investigators were summoned. Investigators were forced to call in the Guyana Fire Service for assistance to remove the car from on top of the man's body. News source understands that the police have since received information about the identity of the suspect as the investigators continue their probe. Sir Mars is being remembered as a strict and dedicated teacher by his family and friends. They said he looked out for his fellow teachers and his students.
In the theater or in the arts, they knew him as the comedian. In school, he was called the disciplinarian, or he was referred to as the disciplinarian. He was also a trade unionist. He fought for equal rights and justice for teachers and basically anybody. You wouldn't see Mars going along the road and an advantage, as we would want to call it, that is being taken on somebody, and he wouldn't stop to render assistance. He was very kind, considerate, and above all of that, he had this joyfulness about him that really allowed him to be connected to people or persons easily. Mars was a very outspoken person, and I think that it is what led to people being able to reach out to him and to him being able to help persons when they're in need. What we witnessed last night is another phase or another action or another act that is saying to us that our society has gone. It's on the loose. It's even more lawless at this time. Regardless of the way Mars chose to live his life, what transpired last night should never have happened. And so here we are witnessing, and we're now at a loss because we're trying to find out why. This is a tragic loss to not only the teachers or the teaching fraternity, but it's a tragic loss to many students whose lives he would have impacted.
In the theatre community, fellow actors are remembering Sir Mars as a funny and committed actor who never needed a large audience to steal any show. More news coming up in just a moment.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever. And it is here to stay. The future is now. Transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
At Giftland Office Max, we're all about customer satisfaction. Whether it's clothing and shoes for the ladies, gents, and kids, or for the latest electronics or hardware appliance, we're always thinking of satisfying you, our dear customers. Now you can shop online at www.giftlandofficemax.com or visit us at the Giftland Mall, where we're happy to serve each and every one of you.
Ignite! A new flavor of Sunshine Snacks Zumas made for the pepper lover in you. Caution! Look for the Ignite flames on your favorite packs of Sunshine Snacks and get ready to handle the heat.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
Strong and solid in countries far and wide. New India Assurance, we're standing by your side. Golden service, half a century and more. New India Assurance, our policies are secure. From the heart of India, we serve these islands. The strength that you can trust, you're safe when you come to us.
New India Assurance Company. Assurance when you need it most.
For your home, motor or business insurance, visit New India Guyana office, 58 Brickdam next to Star Computers. Telephone 226-0415-7. Comfortable parking available.
On a rainy Sunday night in Georgetown, the APNU launched its local government elections campaign, with Chairman Aubrey Norton declaring that the ruling PPP is no match for the APNU in the country's capital of Georgetown. Addressing a gathering of supporters at Roxanne Burnham Gardens last night, the opposition leader predicted a clear win for the APNU in at least 5 of the 10 municipalities in the upcoming local elections.
Because they cannot win in Georgetown. We will beat them in Linden. We will beat them in Bartica. We will beat them in New Amsterdam. We will beat them in Madia. So we are not afraid of them.
Former Georgetown Mayor Patricia Chase Green is among longtime supporters of the APNU who have deflected to the PPP. But Mr. Norton, while downplaying Chase Green's departure, encouraged the members and supporters of the coalition to remain focused and engage in an aggressive campaign to expand the support base. The party, he said, will be going house to house to rake in the necessary support. In the country's largest municipality of Georgetown, Mr. Norton vowed to address the issues that currently face the state of the city.
I want to warn the vendors. They are out of power in Georgetown. And every day they're moving vendors. Imagine them with power. You are obligated to vote for the APNU so that you could continue to vend. To not vote for us is to give the PPP the opportunity to take away your livelihood. And you know they ain't got time to take away your livelihood. They bulldoze moko. They bury pigs except their own. And so I want the vendors to understand that the people who have your backs is the APNU.
Similarly, he warned those in the private sector not to vote for the PPP. The opposition leader said the PPP Civic has no interest in local democracy and wants to seize control of the municipalities and the NDCs to dictate their operation.
The People's Progressive Party has no interest in local democracy. And the evidence is there. They were forced to hold local government election in 1994. And after that, they held no other one. They sought to dominate and control every municipality, every NDC. So they can't come now saying they want local government and they like local government. They don't want it.
There are 80 local authority areas. However, according to the Elections Commission, there will be no election in 13 of those areas and some 193 constituencies because of no contest. The PPP has already declared victory in those areas. But according to Mr. Norton, the Elections Commission has so far failed to act on a number of instances where suspected fraud was detected.
What is local government? Local government is the system of locally elected members representing their communities and making decisions on their behalf. Local factors such as geography, the environment, economic opportunities, and health can be better taken account of by local governments charged with making decisions that affect their communities. These decisions can relate to the effective and efficient provision of services to meet community needs, to the regulation of certain functions, to facilitation of local activities, and to pursue community goals. In making these decisions, councils have to report to their communities in a clear and accountable way. Local authorities cannot achieve their objectives alone. They work closely with central government and with other organizations, public bodies, businesses, and citizens. Once elected, local governments are empowered to serve the people who live within the municipality or neighborhood democratic council and constituencies to which they were elected. Monday, June 12, 2023 is Local Government Elections Day. For further information, contact GCOM or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Purple Arts Productions presents A Treat for My Mother's 6 on Mother's Day, Sunday, May 14th at the National Cultural Center. Beverly Smith, Mosa Telford, Leona Walton, Paul Budna, Nikhil Sankar, and others. Compliments of Hello City, Munishwars, Elsie Pasad Muraj and Sons, Sunflower Jewelry, Kissun's Furniture Store, Survivor Shopping Complex, NDNS Furniture Store, 8 p.m. sharp. Tickets $25 and $2,000. Directed by Simone Dowdy.
Leader of the Alliance for Change, Kerwin Mars, has fired off at the government over its decision to appeal the recent High Court ruling which mandated ExxonMobil and subsidiaries to provide unlimited insurance coverage. Last week, High Court Judge Sandal Kisun ordered the Environmental Protection Agency to issue an enforcement notice to the oil company Esso Exploration and Production Guyana and its parent company ExxonMobil to ensure it provides unlimited insurance coverage to safeguard Guyana against the devastating effects of an oil spill within the next 30 days. In responding to the ruling, the government said it is of the view that the environmental permit imposes no obligation on the permit holder to provide an unlimited parent company guarantee agreement and or affiliate company guarantee agreement. Appearing on the Nation Watch program over the weekend, Mr. Ramjatan said the move by the government is unpatriotic.
It is damning, and that which is so unpatriotic for our Attorney General to go and take up the cause for Exxon has no good about it. It has no national interest about it. It is anti-national and it is unpatriotic. Quite frankly, it's immoral.
According to the AFC leader, the ruling of the High Court is sound in law, but it also opens the avenue to provide critical coverage not only to Guyana, but the country's neighbors in the event of an oil spill. Mr. Ramjatan said the government now appears to have an incestuous relationship with the company, where Exxon's interests appear to have trumped those of the Guyanese people.
It is hopelessly unpatriotic. It is most anti-national. And it shows how, from a situation where the opposition PPP, now government PPP, had said that it was the most rottenest of contracts, and Exxon, such a bad company and so on, and they today are strange bedfellows, almost in an incestuous relationship.
ExxonMobil last week said it is still studying the ruling of the High Court. The company has not indicated whether it intends to join the government's appeal. Two men who were caught on camera attacking and assaulting a police officer on Friday were charged and remanded to jail today. 30-year-old construction worker Casey Edwards was the first to appear in court this morning. He was charged with the offenses of dangerous driving, operating an uncertified motor vehicle, failing to comply with police directions, operating a vehicle with tinted glass, failure to wear a seatbelt, assault with intent to prevent lawful apprehension, disorderly behavior, abusive language, and leaving a vehicle in a dangerous position. The man pleaded not guilty to all of the charges and was remanded to jail until the 17th of May, when the case will be called again. His accomplice, 41-year-old Mark Cromwell, also known as Demon, was dragged before the court this afternoon after he was arrested at the Ogle airport while attempting to board a flight to Suriname. He was slapped with the charges of assault with intent to prevent lawful apprehension, abusive language, and disorderly behavior. In court, he also pleaded not guilty to all of those charges and was remanded to jail until the 17th of May. The two men were caught on video beating a traffic police officer just outside the Movietown compound on Friday, which was a holiday. The policeman was reportedly attempting to arrest a construction worker over a number of traffic offenses when the two got into a fistfight. Moments later, the other man, Mark Cromwell, was seen arriving at the scene and immediately attacking the police officer, punching him to the face and head. It was another ex-policeman, Eustace Abrams, also known as Robocop, who was in the area, that rushed to the aid of the badly beaten traffic cop and pulled the two men away. While Edwards was arrested, Cromwell, who is well known to law enforcement, drove away from the scene. He's also an ex-policeman. Acting Police Commissioner Clifton Hicken has expressed outrage over the incident and made it clear that such acts will not be tolerated.
Why you must vote at local government elections. Local government officials make decisions every day that affect the well-being of your life, the lives of your family and community. By voting for a voluntary group, political party or individual candidate of your choice, you will be electing the people who will make these very important decisions. If you don't vote, then you allow other people who do vote to choose local government officials without your input. Those others may not share your views about issues that matter to you. Voting also provides you with an opportunity to remind the elected government officials that they are accountable to you. Every eligible citizen has the right and responsibility to vote at local government elections. Monday, June 12, 2023 is Local Government Elections Day. For further information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9, 226-6557, 223-9650 or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor of the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Look who's in the mix now. The new Buster Soda Water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. 100% refreshing. Taste Buster Soda Water today. Buster Soda Water. Now available for only $120.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, at least 27 people have died in a gold mine fire in Peru, in the worst mining accident in the country in decades. The mine company said 175 miners were rescued. It is a small mine in south of the country. Officials in Peru said the miners were working at about 100 meters below the surface when the blaze broke out. Images from local media showed flames and smoke erupting from the hillside. According to the Peruvian news website, rpp.pe, the fire was fueled by the gold mine's timber tunnel supports, many of them soaked in oil. The Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has said having a British monarch as head of state is an absurdity he would like to end in his lifetime. Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves said he would welcome an apology from the British state and the monarchy on past injustices relating to slavery. He said he believes King Charles III is open to talking about reparations. King Charles is the head of state in 8 Caribbean countries. Within the past year, political leaders in the Bahamas, Belize, Grenada, Jamaica, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Antigua and Barbuda have all indicated their plans to review their positions as constitutional monarchies. The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence Drew, told the BBC that his country is not totally free, as long as King Charles III remains head of state, and that a public consultation on whether the nation should become a republic would begin during his leadership. And finally tonight, international news. U.S. President Joe Biden says he wants to implement new compensation rules for airline passengers impacted by flight delays or cancellations. The rules will require airlines to pay impacted passengers beyond a ticket refund if the carrier is responsible for the disruption. This may involve covering meals and hotels in the event that travelers are stranded, officials have said. If implemented, it will be the first measure of its kind in the U.S. On Monday, the U.S. President and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg announced the incoming set of rules at the White House news conference. It comes just a few weeks after Mr. Biden confirmed that he will be running for re-election in 2024, and just ahead of the peak summer travel season. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.